Okay. First question का आंसर था percentage of training allowance in the national training central training academies and institutes for Group A officers after reaching DA 50% with effect from 1/1/2024. The correct answer is 24%, right? And there is no change in the existing rate of training allowance even after reaching the DA to 50%, right? कुछ भी change नहीं हुआ है. And training allowance to other than CTIs at centralized training institutes, right? So we have centralized training institutes कहाँ कहाँ है? IRIFEM, right? And IRISET and IRISET at Secunderabad, right? Earlier Nair was there, right? It was at Vadodara. And IRITEM is at Lucknow. And Lucknow में दो है, IRITEM and security वालों का IRPF जगजीवन राव something, right? RPF officers training center, right? That is also at Lucknow. Then IRIM हो गया, already question में भी है, it is at Jamalpur, Bihar, right? Lucknow is at UP. And Secunderabad, Telangana, Vadodara is at Gujarat, and IRIN, right? This is for the electrical engineering. There is at Nasik, and another one civil engineering. IRISEN is at Pune, right? So these are the centralized training institutes across the Indian Railways. Okay, so other than centralized training institutes, they are eligible for 12% of the basic pay per month. And others CTI में जो काम कर रहा है, they are eligible for the 24%. That is exactly double the normal rate. Then a commissioner of railway safety works under the control of which ministry, right? So it is not railway ministry, though they are working for the railway safety. It is under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, right? All the safety aspects will comes under the Ministry of Civil Aviation only, right? Including railways also. Then reservation for persons with benchmark disabilities in promotion is effective from, it is with effect from 30/6/2016 as per the Supreme Court verdict in the case of Siddharaj versus State of Karnataka case. Okay. So this 4% reservation should be applicable on horizontal basis, right? On horizontal basis. So 4% each category, that is 1%. 1% to first we have to start with visually impaired person, visually impaired VI candidate, right? Then 1% to the HI and 1% to the locomotor disability, and 1% is to the multiple disabilities. This is the 4% bifurcation. 1% we have to start with the visually impaired, then we have to start with then hearing impaired and locomotor disability, then multiple disabilities. And this reservation shall be on horizontal basis. Okay, on horizontal basis. Okay, so roster point number, agar aapke paas if 100 sanctions are there, roster point number 1, 26, 51 and 76 are to be reserved to the this one. Okay, and when PWBD is not applicable, PWBD reservation is not applicable. कब applicable नहीं होता है? When there is, right, there is a 75% and above DR quota, 75% and above DR quota post है तो there won't be PWBD reservation will not be applicable, or if the post is not identified as suitable to the PWBD candidate. Okay. So when there is a minimum 75% and above DR quota is there, or if the post is not identified as suitable to the PWBD candidate, then PWBD reservation is not applicable. This is the result of the Siddharaj versus State of Karnataka case, right? So this should be implemented on horizontal basis. So horizontal basis का मतलब है हम अगर एक कैंडिडेट को सपोज राइट वन कैंडिडेट इज प्रमोटेड टुडे राइट टुडे अगेंस्ट द PWBD quota. So next promotion will be on arising the 26th vacancy. 26th वैकेंसी होने तक इसका मतलब है नेक्स्ट 25 वैकेंसी next 25 up to 25 vacancy no PWBD reservation, right? Vacancies no PWBD reservation, right? So this is with regard to this thing. Then recruitment of sports persons shall be done through talent scouting and open advertisement. What is the ratio of percentage between talent scouting and open advertisement recruitment? So the answer is 60-40. It should be 60-40, right? And RB number 189 by 2010 speaks about the recruitment of recruitment and incentives, recruitment, incentives, and out of turn promotion, promotions of the outstanding sports persons, right? Coaches and referees also, right? Referees also we have to grant the incentives and out of turn promotions as well as incentive increments also. We know that, right? Each railway there will be a right prescribed quota of advertisement quota will be there. So and all the appointments, all the sports appointments will be financial year quota, financial year based financial year quota, and all the appointments should be made against the DR quota vacancies only, right? And 60% outstanding talent scouting quota with the approval of Railway Sports Promotional Board, and whereas for 40% this 40% of open advertisement, it should be done by the concerned zonal railways, right? Duly issuing the advertisements in reputed newspapers and employment notifications and online notifications. And for this sports quota, right? Sports quota, sports, cultural, scouts, CG appointment, right? No reservation is applicable. Reservation nahi dekhna hai, right? Sports, cultural, scouts, CG appointment, no reservation is applicable, right? You have to grant them the promotion first, then you can adjust them against the DR quota vacancies. Okay, then competent authority for granting age relaxation in talent scouting quota for sports. So age relaxation, upper age or lower age also. Lower age people also we can recruit. But in case of open advertisement, there is no this thing, what we call relaxation, right? In case of open advertisement, no relaxation. In the case of talent scouting, we can, with the approval of a general manager, we can appoint the people with lower age relaxation as well as the upper age relaxations also. And with regard to the incentives, right, for the outstanding sports achievements, we can sanction maximum 5 incentive increments, right, in entire service. In entire service में maximum हम 5 incentive increments दे सकते हैं, and these incentives are, right, incentives are will be paid, incentives will be paid as personal pay, right, personal pay, that is not will not be treated, so no allowances, right, without allowances, कोई allowances नहीं दिया जाता है, right, only will pay the maximum 5 incentive increments for their outstanding sports achievements in entire service to the coaches as well as referees as well as the sports persons also. And out of turn promotions, right, for this DRM or PHOD or any SAG officer, SAG officers are competent authority, right, competent authorities. So out of turn promotion, right, maximum 2 out of turn promotion, maximum 2 out of turn promotions, right, out of turn promotions for their outstanding sports achievements as well as for securing the medals in senior national and international levels, right. So maximum 2 out of turn promotions can be done as far as possible, against the DR quota vacancy only, against DR quota vacancy, and they should possess the DR quota qualification also, right, with DR qualification. If not acquired, general manager can permit, right, for promotion for OTP, but he should acquire within 4 years, acquire within 4 years of the promotion, right, within 4 years he has to acquire that qualification if he is considered against the DR quota. If no DR quota vacancy is there, if DR quota vacancy is not available, right, then also we have to promote him to the next grade, right, next grade OTP will be made, duly creating a special supernumerary post, right, duly creating a special supernumerary post, right, with the approval of GM and finance concurrence. Okay, so all the supernumerary posts, when we will create a supernumerary post will be created, right, like this for outstanding sports persons OTP and redeployment of, right, to adjust the, to pay the salary to the medically decategorized employees, to pay the salary to the medically decategorized employees. So this supernumerary post always personal to the incumbent, and will be abolished automatically on vacation of that post by the, right, on vacation of the post by the incumbent, right, once he due to retirement or any promotion or anything, regular promotion or anything, his post will be abolished. Okay, and for out of turn promotion, for one promotion to another promotion there shall be a gap of 3 years, right. For us it is for normal promotion it is 2 years, but for out of turn promotion there shall be a gap of 3 years, but it can be condoned by the general manager also, that 3 years can be relaxed by the general manager also. So sixth, a request to grant the benefit of CG appointment can be made after lapse of dash years of filing FIR of a ward of missing employee and the missing person is not traceable. So on 2 years, after 2 years. So in case of missing employee, right? So things are involved is first settlement benefits, family को settlement पे करना है, then CG appointment आएगा, right? And then retention of railway quarters, right? These three things you have to interlink or connect or आप connect करके पढ़ना है, everything you should interlink. So settlement we can make after 6 months, after 6 months from the date of filing FIR. FIR is the very, very important document with regard to the considering of this missing railway servants, settlement, CG, and railway retention of railway quarters. We can make after 6 months from the and provisional pension only. Provisional, right? Provisional pension and benefits. It will be decided. Kitna pay karna, kya pay karna, it will be decided by the sanctioning authority, right? And on submission of a documents kya kya rehna hai, FIR copy rehna hai, right? And non traceable certificate, right? Police department has to give a non traceable certificate that stating that we have made all the efforts to trace the missing employee, but we have not yet found him. Okay, so FIR, non traceable certificate, and an affidavit from the family members or spouse, right? If in any case if employee reappears, then she will repay the entire cost of that provisional pension and everything should be repaid back. Okay, so settlement benefits we can make, provisional settlement benefits we can make after 6 months from the date of filing of FIR and on production of non traceable certificate, and a affidavit stating that if employee reappears, we will repay the entire settlement benefits and that pension and everything. And after, so final settlement will be right, final settlement only after 7 years of filing, right, FIR and non traceable certificate from the police, non traceable certificate. Then only we deem that after 7 years we deem that employee is no more, he died, we deem it, right? हम ऐसा मान के उसको फाइनल सेटलमेंट कर देते हैं on filing on 7 years from the date of filing FIR and non traceable subject, right? But condition subject to that the missing employee, right? Missing employee is not involved in any anti-social activities, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि वो यहाँ से मिस होके दूसरा जगह जाके he is against the anti-social activities, or which anti-social activities or any activities that endangering the security and sovereignty of the India. In such situations, we need not to sanction any pension or settlement benefits to the candidate. So here question is that we can make after, right, after 2 years from the 2 years from the date of filing FIR, provisional, right, and non traceable certificate, and affidavit stating that if employee reappears, we will quit the job, right? Here also subject is same, that he is not involved in any antisocial activities. Okay, then come to retention of railway quarters in case of missing of the employee. So from the date of, right, we can make 2 years from the date of filing FIR right? Then plus 6 months, with the approval of DRM or PHOD, and plus 6 months, another 6 months with the approval of general manager, right? Right? So prior to filing FIR, right? From date of missing and filing FIR, the period between, right, will be regularized automatically. Right? This is with regard to the missing employee, right? Retention of railway quarters, CG appointment, and settlement benefits to the candidates. So after provisional pension, we can, right, even passes also. For passes also, right? Passes after 6 months. After 6 months of filing FIR, we can allow, right, widow complementary passes or complementary passes, right, to the family members only. To the family only. Family का मतलब है spouse, son below the age of 21, unmarried daughter, widow daughter, or divorced daughter, right? And after 7 years, to the dependent also, to the, like widowed mother is there, right, to the dependents also, right, widow sister or anyone. Okay, so this is with regard to the this thing, what we call missing railway servant का, उसका हम सेटलमेंट कैसा करना है, सीजी अपॉइंटमेंट कैसा करना, एंड रिटर्नेशन ऑफ रेलवे क्वार्टर्स का क्या कैसे करना है, एंड पासेस कैसा देना है, विथ दिस इज विथ रिगार्ड टू द मिसिंग रेलवे सर्वेंट. दीज ऑल आर सेपरेट सर्कुलर्स, राइट? एक ही सर्कुलर में आपको नहीं मिलेगा. This entire information you will get from different circulars, not at a एक ही circular में नहीं मिलेगा. So when you are preparing for the group D examination, you have to correlate the things, right? आप things को correlate करना है, right? You have to correlate the thing and things, and you have to analyze each and everything. एक मिनट, हाँ, 1 second. Okay, so this is with regard to the this thing. Then what is the ceiling of basic pay for entitlement of NDA, right? Night duty allowance देने के लिए, हाँ, this retention of railway quarters is on normal rent only, on payment of normal rent only, right? सो कैसे भी यहाँ हम रिटेंशन ऑफ रेलवे क्वार्टर्स का बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, रिटेंशन ऑफ रेलवे क्वार्टर्स, we will speak about the other conditions also. In case of transfers, right? So they are eligible for 2 months on normal rent, and another 6 months without any reason on double the normal rent. Okay, this is, and in addition to this, right, after this, only on academic scholastic year condition, right, only on educational grounds of the wards only eligible till the end of the academic year, right? Academic year का मतलब है, this means end exam plus 15 days, end exam plus 15 days है. Academic year का मतलब है end exam plus 15 days in case of any transfer, own request transfer, mutual transfer और कुछ भी रहने दो, transfer में permanent transfer, not a temporary transfer, okay? Permanent transfer पे ये है. And for this retirements, in case of retirements, okay, retirements 4 months on normal rent and 4 months on double the normal rent, right? And in case of natural death, right, natural death of the employee, okay, natural death of the employee, they are eligible for 24 months on normal rent, okay? So here we will withhold, right, withhold entire DCRG, हम पूरा DCRG को हम withhold कर लेंगे. Here also we will withhold entire DCRG, right? पूरा DCRG हम withhold करके कर सकते हैं, okay? So what is the ceiling of basic pay of night duty allowance? Night duty allowance means night duty allowance will be paid for the hours of employment between 22 hours and 6 hours, subah 6 hours, okay? So it will be calculated on hourly basis, right? Calculated on hourly basis, right? So actually board has initially issued the instructions that the employees who are working in 4600, right, they are not eligible for this night duty allowance, but later it has been modified and kept a ceiling limit of 43,600 rupees only. Whatever it may be, whatever your basic pay it may be, you will be paid the national this is night duty allowance on ceiling of 43,600 only. And this Central Administrative Tribunal Act has been promulgated in the year of 1985, and there are 17 benches, 17 cat benches across the India, and which deals with the central government employees administrative matters, and the principal bench is situated at New Delhi, okay? Then RTI. So after abolition of this Article 370, this is not 379 year, 370, with effect from 5/8/2019, it is applicable to whole India, including Jammu and Kashmir also. Right? When the RTI Act was implemented during the year 2005, right? That is 12/10/2005. 12/10/2005 से लागू है. That time it was not implemented for it is not applicable to the Jammu and Kashmir. But now it is applicable to the Jammu and Kashmir also with effect from 5/8/2019. So SBF, Staff Benefit Fund, is applicable, is functional in railways since which year? It is 1931. So SBF, you all are aware that employees will be given recreational sports and cultural or something. So rupees 800 rupees per capita per each head. Per capita means per each head of the, right, sanctioned strength of the railway. Sanctioned strength of the railway, right, will be credited, right, to SBF fund by the railway on 1st April. Each year, financial year, first day, railway will credit, right, 800 rupees per capita based on the sanction strength, permanent plus temporary also on 1st April. In addition to this, any fines imposed on the employees, any fines of the employees imposed on the employees, and any unpaid wages, or PLB of the non-guested railway servant, plus unclaimed amount of, right, pay and allowances amount of 3 years, more than 3 years, right, will be credited to SBF fund, fund. Okay. And the committee will be headquarters zonal committee. Headquarters में committee रहता है. Headquarters committee will consist of PCPO will be the chairman of the headquarters committee, right? PCPO is the chairman, and PCMD will be there, one of the member, and PCE also one of the member, and another, right, deputy CPO or any J grade officer, right? Another deputy CPO, right? He will act as a secretary of the committee, right? And plus 6 members from the trade unions, plus one each from SC/ST association and OBC association. So this is the committee. They will take all the recommendations and everything. They will discuss. They conduct the meeting and anything. Any dispute, right? Any disputes should be informed to GM, right? Any disputes between the committee members, then it should be informed to the committee members. This is with regard to the committee formation of committee members at zonal level. At divisional or workshop level, right? Division or workshop level. So concerned senior DPO will become he is the chairman of the committee, and no PC, right? And one officer nominated by DRM. Usually we take a medical officer, and one of the double I will act as a secretary, and 2 members from each trade union organization, and 1 each from SC/ST and OBC associations. And any dispute between the committee, right, divisional committee, it should be informed to the DRM or CWM, right? Here, in case of this workshop, WPO will act as a chairman of the committee, right? So this is with regard to the SBF committee nomination and the per capita credit and the source of the funds of the SBF, which is running since 1931. So rate of interest of Provident Fund for the quarter of April 25 to June, still it is even now also January 2026 to March 2026, the rate of interest of Provident Fund remains unchanged, that is 7.1% only. So अगर आपका एग्जाम मार्च 8 को है तो आपका आंसर मस्ट बी 7.1%. If your exam is behind March 31st, अगर कुछ financial year or quarter last 4th quarter is changed और first quarter में आ गया आप, so before examination you check the rate of interest of the Provident Fund, right? Provident Fund is one of the welfare activity on Indian Railways, and mandatory recovery is right. It should be basic pay divided by आपका basic pay divided by 12% or 8.33%, right? More or less both are same, right? That amount of mandatory recovery should be made from the employees who are covered under the old pension scheme. Railway servants pension rules 1993 जिसको लागू है, right? उन लोगों को हम मैंडेटरी रिकवरी विल रिकवर बेसिक पे डिवाइडेड बाय 12 और 8.33%, बोथ आर सेम. So which conduct rule prohibits a railway servants from giving and taking dowry? Okay. So dowry comes under the rule number 13A, right? ये रूल नंबर ए से शुरू होने वाला 3A एक है, राइट? 13A एक है एंड 15A एक है एंड 18A is also there, right? And 22A है, right? These are the 5 rules where the conduct rules में बाकी पूरा एक ही rule है, but here 3 rules are there. So 3A is discuss about the promptness and courtesy. 13A discuss about the dowry, right? So as per this act, no railway servant give or take or abet either from bride side or bridegroom side. They should not take any dowry. They should not give, they should not take, and they should not abet. You cannot influence any people to give dowry or something, right? So dowry is prohibited under the rule number 13A. And 13, rule number 13 discuss about the gifts. Okay. So, but it does not, right? Dowry does not include, right? Any cash, right? Jewelry or ornaments, right? Ornaments, clothes or utensils, right? So dowry का मतलब ये नहीं है. Dowry means giving or taking, abetting any costly these things, right? Including deposits also. Including deposit also will be treated as a this thing, but it does not include cash, jewelry, ornaments, clothes, utensils, etc. And excluding the word of, ये भी chances है आपको, excluding the words of, right? Words of dower, right? Dower and meher or meher something. Okay. So 15A discuss about the subletting of railway quarters. Subletting of railway quarters, right? And this is 18A discuss about the immobile properties in foreign. 20A discuss about the child labor, right? Child labor. So this is about the dowry. And the what is the maximum number of central information commissioner allowed at a time to hold office, right? This is a little confusing, right? So central information officer and chief information officer दोनों का abbreviation एक ही है, right? Central information commissioner, they can be 10 members. Chief information commissioner, he will be only one, like chief election commissioner, right? And whereas for each state there will be a state information commissioner will be there. Okay. So this is also abbreviating as a CIC, and this is also abbreviating as a CIC only, right? Chief Information Commissioner एक ही रहता है, and Central Information Commissioner can be permissible up to maximum 10 members. 10 members तक ले सकते हैं हम. Okay, so the term of the Chief Information Commissioner, right? Term of this Chief Information Commissioner is maximum 3 years or 65 years, right? Whichever is earlier. Whereas the Central Information Commissioner's tenure can be maximum 5 years, right? Including the term of, right, if any, including the term of any elevation to Chief Information Commissioner, right? Chief Information Commissioner or 65 years, whichever is earlier, right? So this is with regard to this thing. And committee for selecting Chief Information Commissioner. committee for selecting the Chief Information Commissioner. Okay. So committee will be Prime Minister of India plus opposition leader, right? Opposition leader. If there is no opposition leader, then the highest number, that highest seats जिसके पास है वो उसको हम opposition leader, and other minister, right, nominated by PM, right? So committee will recommend the name to President of India, and President of India will approve, right? Name to PIO, President of India, and POI will approve the nomination, right? This is with regard to the RTI, nomination of commissioner for the RTI, right? RTI Act, Chief Information Commissioner and Central Information Commissioner, and their maximum term, tenure, and their selection, and the committee formation for the selection of the committee. Okay. So the period of study leave is counted for the all the purposes, right? Counted for all the purposes. अगर कोई स्टडी लीव में चले गया एम्प्लॉय, right, on his return back from the study leave, we have to promote the employee on par with his junior, right? उसका जूनियर के साथ हम काउंट करना पड़ेगा. एंड द स्टडी लीव के लिए कंडीशन, स्टडी लीव कंडीशंस आर, फर्स्ट कंडीशन इज दैट मिनिमम 5 years service, right? But in case of doctors, right, in case of doctors, it is 2 years only. Okay. Permanent railway employee रहना है, permanent railway servant, he should be a permanent railway servant, minimum 5 years of service, right? In case of doctors, 2 years. Maximum study leave, right? Maximum study leave is 2 years in case of a normal, and in case of a doctor, 3 years. Okay. And yet 2 years also we should sanction 12 months first. Then after perusal of his performance, after his performance, another 12 months we can sanction, right? So initially maximum 2 years, but initially we can sanction 12 months and 12 months. And can be combined, plus can be leave due, 1 year leave due if required. Okay. So during study leave, right, he will get basic pay plus DA and plus HRA also, right? Beyond 6 months certification, on certification stating that, right, the employee or family members are residing in the same house, house. Okay. So this is with regard to the and the study, right, should be closely connected with the, right, connected with the bona fide duties of the employees, right? Right, duties of the employee, right? Should execute a bond, right? If he fails to submit the certificate or not pass, right, entire cost of study leave should be paid back to railways with 12.5% interest, right? If he fails or not pass, right, resigns before service of 3 years, right? Doctors, 8 years. Then entire study cost should be paid back. So this is the condition for this thing. And the anticipation period of the, right, for the group B selections, it is normally 24 months, and only for the group B, it is unforeseen of 6 months will be taken, right? Group B, it is anticipation is group B for 24 plus 6 months unforeseen vacancies. In case of group C, in case it is a selection post, right, it is 15 months of the anticipation. And uh, non-selection or trade test, non-selection or trade test 1 year. And in case of ex-cadre post, right, ex-cadre post, then it should be 2 years. Ex-cadre post 2 years. So this is the anticipation period of the various. So Gatisekti Viswavidyalaya, earlier it was situated in the same campus of Nayar. Now Gatisekti Viswavidyalaya has been established. So joining time admissible for more than 2000 kilometers distance by air travel on own request transfer, right? Own request transfer पे हम कोई right joining time नहीं दिया जा सकता है. So you have to go through the questions meticulously when you are answering. आप पूरा पढ़ना है, 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार पूरा क्वेश्चन एनालाइज करने के बाद कभी कभी आपका आंसर क्वेश्चन में ही रहता है, right? In the question itself answer will be given, right? So you have to analyze the question before answering. Here I have given the question everything clear by the up to air travel. Up to air travel it is okay, but last I gave one twist that own request transfer, right? Own request transfer में हम कोई, right, only administrative ground transfer only ट्रांसफर के लिए जॉइनिंग टाइम एलिजिबिलिटी रहता है, राइट? दैट इज विद इन सेम स्टेशन वेयर द चेंज ऑफ रेसिडेंस इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व, राइट? चेंज ऑफ रेसिडेंस का इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है तो 1 day जॉइनिंग टाइम विल बी परमिटेड, राइट? इफ द ट्रांसफर इज अप टू 1000 kilometers, right? Up to 1000 kilometers, they are eligible for 10 days joining time. And 1001 to 2000 kilometers, right? 1001 to 2000 kilometers, it is 12 days. 2001 and above, 2001 kilometers, right? And above, it is 15 days. But in any case, if the employee is traveling by air, it is 12 days. Okay, and unavailed joining time will be credited to LAP account. Okay, this is about the joining time. Then who is the competent authority to depute a group C employee to study leave on abroad? It is railway board only. Even group D employee को भी हम railway board का approval ही लेना है. Within the India, general manager or DRM can do it, but outside India it is railway board only. Then mission Karma Yogi, actually it is initially implemented for the civil servants, but now even railway employees also, right? Railway employees ka this thing also they are giving this Karma Yogi has been to enhance the capacities of Indian Railway servants. Karma Yogi has been, mission Karma Yogi has been this way. So from this year onwards, right, it is interlinked with the APARs also, right? You have to mandatorily conduct for the group gazetted officers, it is mandatory that you have to complete a minimum 6 courses, right? 6 courses हम कर लेना है. Okay, so all appointments are made on probation. Appointment probation बोले तो सब लोगों को appointment probation period, probation period, this is probation period, right? On appointment it is 2 years, on appointment it is 2 years, but on promotion it is 1 year only, right? So you should remember that on appointment it is 2 years and on promotion 1 year. How many candidates can be appointed on cultural quota in Group C per financial year by zonal release? So answer is 2, right? Each 2. Cultural quota only 2, Group C only, no Group D. Whereas scouts and guides, right? We have to appoint 2 Group C per each zone, and 2 Group D, that is level 1 post per each division, right? But whereas as far as this cultural quota is concerned, right, no Group D will be there, only 2. Weekly rest of not less than consecutive hours is granted to railway servants. So it is 30 hours, including 1 full night, right? 1 full night, including 1 full night for the continuous employment. Then IRIM is situated at Jamalpur, which is in Bihar state. And for selection panel, which has been approved by, यहाँ देखिए, right? Here in question itself, the clue is there. In the question itself, answer is there. मैं जब बोला था ना, who is the next higher authority to PHOD? It is automatically general manager only, not AGM, right? You should not confuse. So he himself in the question saying that it is the next higher authority to PHOD. So always the panels, if any amendments are required in the panel, it requires the approval of the higher authority who has approved that panel, right? Higher authority who has approved that panel, that will be there. And the quota for reservation for Agniveers, right? This Agniveers for level 2 and above, posts, they are eligible for 5% of the reservation, 5%, right? And they are excluded from the physical efficiency test, right? Okay, level 1 post ke liye they are eligible for 10%. Whereas for ex-servicemen, Agniveers is different and ex-servicemen different. Ex-servicemen, for them in level 1 post, they are eligible for 20%, and level 2 and above, posts, they are eligible for the 10% reservation. These reservations are on horizontal basis only. PWBD and these reservations are on horizontal basis. Okay. So provision of canteen. Agniveer के लिए age relaxation for Agniveer is, right, first batch of Agniveers, for them 5 years, and thereafter it is 3 years, right? Age relaxation for the Agniveers. Whereas for this military service, right, so for them age relaxation will be, right, entire military service plus 3 years, right? Provision of canteen as per the Factories Act, it is 250, right? We called it as a statutory canteens, right? For statutory canteens, we require minimum 250 members है तो हम statutory canteens establish कर सकते हैं on 250 members. And 150 members, there will be a provision of tiffin rooms, right? Tiffin rooms will be there, as well as first aid box for each 250. First aid box we have to maintain, right? So, and if it is more than 500 people working in that factory, Then there will be a ambulance with a trained doctor and a nurse, and a welfare officer should be there. And 30 and more women employees working, there must be a crutch will be there, right? So minimum workers required for the Union Trade Union Act. So this is 7 under Trade Union Act. ID Act 1947, ID Act 1947 के हिसाब से 7 लोग एनएफ है, 7 members signature is enough. But as per the new codes, right, relation code or something, as per the new code, right, it is 100 members, right, as per the new codes, which is right, with effective from, which is came in force with effective from 21/11/2025, right, it is came in force from 21/11/2025. ये डेट याद रख लेने के लिए हिंट है 2 + 21, ओके छोड़ दीजिए, ये काम नहीं होगा सर. 2 + 1 + 1 + 1 it is 5 and 2025 ऐसा याद रख लेना है. 21/11 है वो डेट. The competent authority to change the classification of employment under railway servants rules is इसमें कोई आंसर नहीं है, राइट. Competent authority is the PCPO. PCPO is the competent authority, right? PCPO competent authority. First appeal will lies with the regional labor commissioner, and the second appeal will lies with the secretary, right? Secretary Ministry of Labor, right? So PCPO is the competent authority to change any employment classification. So here answer इधर आ गया है. Secretary to second appeal will lies with the Secretary Ministry of Labor and not with Ministry of Railways or Regional Labor Commissioner or General Manager. So supplementary examination in rare case group C post के लिए, right, it can be conducted by PCPO. It can be permitted by PCPO. Here supplementary examination के लिए eligibility condition. Supplementary examination हम कब डालना है? When the examination only, right, only for the general selection, on seniority basis, right? Seniority basis पे हम कब जनरल सिलेक्शन करते हैं? नॉट फॉर द एलडीसी. अभी आप लोग एलडीसी के तैयारी कर रहे हैं, यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर एनी सप्लीमेंट्री एग्जामिनेशन. सो सप्लीमेंट्री एग्जामिनेशन करने के लिए ऑन द डेट ऑफ if the railway servant is under, right, railway medical sick में है तो, right. Second point is that if the intimation reached late, if the intimation with regard to the venue and the examination intimation is reached the employee lately, right, or if the employee is not relieved by the administration. In 3 situation only we can permit the employee for the supplementary examination, right, only once. In case any supplementary, in rare case if it is second supplementary examination is there, it can be permitted with the personal approval of PCPO only, not less than that authority can permit for the second supplementary examination. And in case of illegal strikes, the service will be treated as a break-in service, and that condonation will lies with the President of India only, right? Will lies with the President of India only, not less than the President of India can condone that break-in service. Okay, so President of India. What is the tenure of Internal Complaints Committee? The Internal Complaints Committee tenure is 3 years, right? So in each organization, in each office, we have to nominate an Internal Complaints Committee consisting of 4 members, minimum 4 members, right? Minimum 4 members, right? 50% shall be women. 50% shall be women. And the senior most women officer, right, will act as a chairperson of the committee. Chairperson of the committee. And one male shall be there. At least one. At least, right? One male shall be there, right? And one member from NGO, right, who works for the cause of, right, women, right, women का एम्प्लॉय के काज के बारे में जो काम कर रहा है उसको. And the nodal railway for implementation of this urban is Western Railway, right, whereas Umid South Central Railway, and for urban it is Western Railway. So as per the recent guidelines of Railway Board, the threshold value, that is nothing but if in any non-safety category posts में post, if there are more than 10% vacancies, right, in the cadre, right, need not to consider the IRRT. Okay, IRRT or IDRT. This is with regard to the non-safety posts. Whereas for safety posts, right, the threshold value, right, threshold value will be decided by the PHOD, right, with the approval of GM, right. In case of safety post, it will be decided by the PHOD with the approval of the general manager. In case of non-safety post, the threshold value for the inter-railway request transfer is 10%. So the constitutional provision for framing the railway servants, this discipline and appeal rules 1968. It is nothing but Article 309. So Article 309, right? Article 309 says that, right, President of India or Governor of the state can make the service rules, right, with regard to their employees. So as we are working for the central government, we all are the working central government employees. So President of India is the competent authority under Article 309 to make the rules. जो rules है, all the rules, conduct rules, discipline rules, pass rules, leave rules, all these rules have been made under the provision of Article 309 only, where it provides the provision to the President of India to make the rules with regard to service rules with regard to their employees. So annual performance reports relating to the deceased employee servants can be destroyed after 2 years of the death, and in case of retirement, right, 5 years. But one condition is that in case any DR proceedings against the retired railway employee, retired railway servant, right, then it should be retained till the finalization of the case, right. In case of retired railway servant, अगर कोई DR proceedings चल रहा है, it should be retained till his, right, till the finalization of that case. So maximum dash times of 1 day special casual leave can be sanctioned in a year on submission of valid proof of donation of, this is apheresis in a licensed blood banks, right, nothing but आपका blood ही है, right. So it is maximum 4 times, but always we know that doctors says, right, there shall be a gap of 3 months for the successive blood donation, right. So अगर कोई मान लीजिए कोई एम्प्लॉय for each 3 months, 3 months he is donating the blood, right? Or blood donating the blood. Okay. Then maximum he can donate maximum 4 times only in a calendar year. 4 times only. So maximum 4 times we can permit an employee 1 day each on the donation day only. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम पहले दिन ले लेंगे बाद में ले लेंगे नहीं तो कभी भी ले लेंगे. No, on the date of donation of the blood only and on submission of certification from the licensed blood bank. Then only they are eligible. Otherwise they are not eligible for the sanction of that special casual leave. And then rule number 913B, a rated railway servant who is a legal practitioner, right? Irrespective of the railway administration from which he is a defense helper, right? So in you all are know that rule number 9, rule number 9 of railway servants discipline and appeal rules 1968 discuss about the so discipline and appeal rules. It deals with the procedure for imposition of major penalty. Procedure for imposition of major penalty, right? Major penalties. So as per this, right, defense helper, the person who are issued with the major penalty charge sheet and whom the inquiry has been ordered, right, they can go for the defense counsel or helper also. Defense counsel or helper also. So the limit will be in case of serving employee. In case of serving employee, they can act three cases they can hold at a time. In case of retired person, right, they can hold maximum 7 cases. Maximum 7 cases, right? Retired person of any railway. And here serving employee of same railway. Okay. So, and in case of trade union official, right? Trade union official like office bearer or of same railway, right? Then no limit, right? एक कितना भी cases एक ही बार you can handle this, right? Serving employee of same railway रहना है and retired employee, but should not be a legal practitioner. Should not be a legal, right, practitioner. Legal practitioner nahi rehna hai. Okay. So this is with regard to the okay. This is with regard to the nomination of the defense helper in the case of major penalty. So this is organ donation के लिए recently development है. So अगर कोई organ donate कर रहा, they can avail maximum 42 days, right? Maximum 42 days, right? It can be availed in splits also, right? Can be availed in splits, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि हम एक ही बार avail कर लेना 42 days. Then family of railway servant ये already हम discuss कर चुके. This is 24 months. So this is with regard to the answers of all the 40 questions on establishment matters which involves different subjects. Nageswara sir, are you there?
కాల్ చేయమని చెప్పారు సార్, నేను కాల్ చేసి చెప్తా ఇప్పుడు.
ఒకసారి చెప్పండి.
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah. Sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's a wonderful explanation with MCQ practice. So like a theory come practice. Sir, can I check queries from the participants?
తొందరగా అయిపోతాయా? వీళ్ళు
I believe
పట్టేస్తారు.
it is already 12 o'clock, sir.